Okay, this is chapter 6 in core 2, radians. Now radians is just another way of measuring angles. So far we've used degrees, so radians is another unit of measurement. Okay, if we take a sector of a circle, the radius of r, and have it wide enough that it forms an arc which is the same length as the radius, okay, then the angle that it forms is 1 radian. Alright? Now, radians are the unit we use is like a little c, so it's 1 to the power c, which means 1 radian. So instead of the little circle degree symbol, we use a c, or sometimes we just use the word rad for radian. Okay. Now, because we already know some stuff about a circle, like for example, we know that the length all the way around the circle, which is the circumference, and to get that we just multiply the radius by 2 pi. Okay. And because we're dealing in radiuses, it's best if we use that formula rather than pi times diameter. So the distance right the way around the outside is 2 pi r. Okay. And then, so we've taken that arc length, r, and we've multiplied it by 2 pi to get 2 pi r. So if we do the same with the angle at the centre of the circle, if we take that 1 radian, and we multiply that by 2 pi, so we multiply the r by 2 pi to get 2 pi r, so we're going to multiply the 1 by 2 pi as well. So that gives us, in radians, the angle at the centre of the circle is 2 pi radians. Okay? So therefore we've got a link between radians and degrees so that we can convert between the two units. So we've got 2 pi radians is the same as 360 degrees. Then following on from that, we can say that pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, and we're going to use that as a conversion factor to convert between degrees and radians. Okay, what you'll find is quite often we leave radians in terms of pi as well, so they're nice and accurate. Okay, so let's do some examples then. Okay, so if we lead on from that then, so like I said, we've got 2 pi radians is equal to 360 degrees, or pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so if we divide both sides by pi, I can say then that 1 radian is equal to 180 divided by pi degrees. Alternatively, if we divide both sides on that yellow statement by 180 degrees, then we can say that 1 degree is equal to pi divided by 180 degrees. When the example on the next slide, we're going to use these two things to convert between radians and degrees. Right, let's do an example then. Let's convert pi over 6 radians into degrees. Okay? So we know 1 radian is equal to 180 degrees divided by pi. So if we just multiply both sides by pi over 6, then on the right hand side pi over 6, then we're going to get, just shrink that, stick it over there, so we're going to get pi over 6 equals 180 over pi times by pi over 6. And as you watch how I cancel that down, I'll just say that basically then all you need to do is if you want to convert radians into degrees, you just multiply by 180 over pi. Okay? So once all that's been cancelled down, we can say that pi over 6 is equal to 30 degrees. And if you look, as we know that pi is equal to 180 degrees, also we can think of that as being 1/6 of 180 degrees is 30 degrees. Right, so let's do another example. This time we're going to convert 80 degrees into radians. So we're going to use that fact that 1 degree is the same as pi over 180 radians. Okay, that should be radians there, not a degree symbol. So if I multiply both sides by 80, I get my conversion. So I'll have 80 degrees is equal to pi over 180 times by 80. Again, if we just cancel that down, you just watch that happening. So again, like I said, when we convert from radians into degrees, we'll end up multiplying by 180 over pi. And if we're doing it the other way, if we convert from degrees into radians, we just multiply by pi over 180. It's really simple. So once that's been simplified, that leaves me with 4 over pi radians. Okay, and I've used a C there instead of the degree symbols I used mistakenly at the top. Okay, now you need to be able to switch between degrees and radians in your calculator for when you're solving problems involving trigonometry. Okay, so if you're using sine, cos or tan, you need your calculator to be in the right unit, so whether you're working in degrees or working in radians. So this quick video I've just made on my calculator will show you how to do that. Okay, so if you click Shift, Setup, and pull up that menu, select 3 to put into degrees, and then just if you do sine of 30, that'll give you a half. So sine of 30 in degrees is a half. So if we go back to that menu, so Shift mode to get set up, select 4 to put into radians, and sine of 30 will give you negative 0.988, 3 significant figures. So that's how you switch between degrees and radians. Okay.